Man United have actually made a smart appointment. They have now hired a new man for their CEO of the club, and that is former CEO of Man City, Omar Berrada. Wow, what a move. This lad has been at the club at Man City since 2011, was promoted in 2016, and finally got the final promotion to be the CEO in 2020. He has been absolutely phenomenal for Man City and was a big factor on why they ended up winning the Champions League, because he was responsible for many talents and many signing, and also did a lot of the business side for Man City, which is about smart because we all know Man City are going to have a hearing date very soon on the 115 accusations that they've had over transfer, shady business they've done with the transfers they've done since they've had that takeover. But this lad said, you know what, 115, many people are saying we're going to get relegated off these 115 accusations. You know what, I'm just going to go to Man United. I'll be over there. He's going to get more money. He's going to have more control. My man is going in there and the whole fan base is thinking he's the savior. Why not? But he does have a huge job on his hands. He has already came out and said that he will not allow non-performing players to stay at the club for several years, that he feels they have 1 or 2 years to perform at the club. Well, let's start off with the manager, lad. Erik ten Hag has now been at the club. At the end of the season will be 2 years. He won't have Champions League football. He won't do better than he did last year. He has been a disappointment in my eyes, and he's kicked out legends and players that were performing before he got there. Erik ten Hag has to be the first one to go. I'm going to tell you that. Get a new manager. When it comes to players, well, Harry Maguire, he's been underperforming. I understand he's been better this season, but he's underperformed. Casemiro, my man's been hurt for a lot of his career here at Man United. What else you got? Anthony, one of the biggest busts in not even in Man United history, in football history. You've got Jadon Sancho, who's already on loan. Obviously there's been problems with that. Martial's been there for he was gonna stay at United for a decade basically. My man has been the golden boy for United for years and years and years, and all he does is take up space at the Man United hospital. All he is an injured lad who could have been, should have been, had a Ballon d'Or clause for no absolute reason. They might as well give it to any player to get a Ballon d'Or clause whenever they're getting sold, because Anthony Martial hasn't even been nominated for a top 100, and this lad over here having a Ballon d'Or clause, and the man can't even get on the pitch. He can't even start against Nottingham Forest. Absolutely insane for that lad. And he's still been at Man United, and there was still talk at one point that he was going to get contract extension for being healthy for 3 games in a row. They were like, oh, new era for Martial. No, sell the lad. Get him out. And this lad could be, the guy who actually puts this into motion. Marcus Rashford, he's up and down, so that one's going to be tough. That's going to be a 50-50 for him. Højlund's just got there. Bruno Fernandes, obviously, if you check his numbers, he has done well for the club. McTominay, he's performed a lot better this season, but I could see him being sold if he's really about it. Wan-Bissaka's been meh. Luke Shaw's been at the club for a while, and he's been alright. Rafael Varane, he's had it. At the beginning he was great, and now he's had his up and downs. Onana, it's looking like you're gonna get sold, buddy, if you don't turn it around soon, because you only have maybe half the season to a year more. Because he's looking like he's giving you 1 or 2 years, not 3-4 years to get it done. And you've been absolutely atrocious since replacing club legend De Gea, who was disrespected by Ten Hag. So it all starts by Ten Hag in my eyes. And if he's really about it, I'm getting rid of Ten Hag and his, and his lads, all right, that he's brought in from Ajax, because literally none of them have worked out. I understand you're going to say, Lisandro Martinez, my man's been hurt for a lot of the time. Lisandro Martinez is decent, but in my eyes, he's being played out of position. Lisandro Martinez is more a left back. If you check him physically, my man isn't even 6 foot at center back in the Premier League. It's not going to work with him. In my eyes, he should be a left back. But I understand it's a hot take for many Man United fans. They're going to be like, oh, if you check the games, he plays very tough and all this and that. He gets away with a lot of fouls. Since he's smaller, he has to commit fouls to be able to go up against, the likes of, if they go up against a big striker like Ivan Toney or Erling Haaland. You're really going to put Lisandro Martinez on a lad like that? Come on, they're just going to score a hat-trick. Oh, wait, Haaland has been scoring hat-tricks on Man United. So that should tell you something right there. But he does know how to build a team. He does have great pool. He was a big key in Man City, signing Erling Haaland, who ended up, breaking through breaking the record for most Premier League goals in a season, and also the success of their academy. I understand Man United, have had somewhat success through the academy. They have a couple lads coming in like Maino. They've had guys like Rashford. They've had lads like not Luke Shaw. He was bought from Southampton, but they've had, the academy and Garnacho. They do have some sort of success, but obviously Man City have had a bit of success as well. Phil Foden coming out is really the big name. Recently, Cole Palmer but got sold to Chelsea, so he can help with the development there. I think the biggest problem with Man United is that they're kind of a few steps behind from everyone else when it comes to their equipment and training facilities. That's been a big problem since that's honestly the main issue that is reasonable with the Glazers in my eyes is they're kind of in the old era still. Ronaldo came in when he was a young lad, and then he came back when he was an old guy at 38 years old, 37 years old, and it was the same equipment. He said that's a problem. I can tell you right now, you go to Man City's facility, and it's not the same as it was 20 years ago. So that's gonna be something that he should really look into and try to get the new ownership to take a look at. But in my eyes at the moment, this is a pretty good move for Man United because he has had success. He has been responsible for Man City's first ever treble and Champions League win. So this can only go up from there. You just got to see the 115 accusations that they have for financial fair play breaches, see what happens there, because they could still give him some sort of punishment because he was at the club. So that's something that Man United now has to take a look into, and it's going to be a bit for them both sided because they're going to obviously want Man City to be punished heavily, but now your new CEO could possibly get punished as well because he was there as well. But obviously Man United fans would rather see Man City punished than your new CEO to get punished as well, because that they matched their greatest ever achievement, which was your 1999 treble winning season. So that's something to be looked at. But this is a good move at the end of the day. But make sure to leave a comment down below what you think about Omar Berrada coming into Man United. Do you think this will help them in the future, or should they have gone with someone else? Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.